So today we're going to be learning how to make money with ChatGPT by creating short form hook packages for business owners and content creators. Let me just be very direct with you so I don't waste your time. If you're looking to make a quick buck, this is not for you. There's a lot of competition out there, so you need to be serious, okay? If you're serious, then let's dive into this. First off, is this something that's even worth it? Because you can argue by saying that the content creators can simply just go on ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, give me some, potentially viral hooks. You're right. You're right. But this is why you have to do some of the work so that you differentiate yourself and you're not doing the same thing that a normal content creator or business owner can do. So here's the thing. Every single day, business owners and content creators, they need hooks, especially for shorts, because as you know, shorts are much easier to create, to produce, and to produce much more at scale than it is for a long form YouTube video like this one here. Okay. And so what are some of the platforms? There's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's LinkedIn, and there's X. Okay. So those are the ones that are going to be getting a lot of short form content. And so it's extremely important because there's such an amount of short form content that the hooks are strong enough to keep people engaged. Now, I think you pretty much understand that, but how can you actually create this and create actual value? Because again, hey, look, I'm a content creator myself. I actually built a travel brand, brought it to 600,000 followers, 130 million views, created hundreds of viral videos myself. This is a pain. It is a pain to create short form hooks. And so if you're over here coming to a creator who's established or up and coming, and you're like, hey, look, I can do that all for you, and you provide, and then I actually see the results. See, now you have something, especially if you do this for a business person who doesn't have background in content creation. This is going to be more valuable to them because they don't even understand the content creation process. All right, so let's first kind of understand, how do we even create these short form hooks that separate you from someone just putting it into ChatGPT? So there's a couple of things that you can do. The first thing that you can do is you could jump on ChatGPT and you can just speak with it regarding the actual content. So for example, let's say real estate. There are a lot of real estate videos where people are trying to sell the real estate. So they're trying to showcase the actual home, and a problem that they may face is there's nobody watching our videos despite us trying to use hooks or even, use ChatGPT. So what you can do is the following, for example. Hey, ChatGPT. So right now I am working with, or I'm going to be working with, a real estate company. They want to be able to make their hooks, really stand out for their viral videos. They've used ChatGPT before. It's still not really making much of a difference in terms of their videos. They're not really getting much views anyway. And so what I want you to do, I want you to analyze actually the top 5 hooks across travel, across content regarding travel, education, science, physics, entertainment, even celebrity gossip. I want you just to give me those. They're totally different from real estate, but I just kind of want to see what's trending, what's out there, and what can I use that's out there in maybe a different industry and kind of incorporate it to real estate. Because I think the biggest problem that this company is facing is that they're using the same old hooks that every other real estate thinks about when they create a video. And so that's not going to work. So gather all of that for me, and then I'm going to test it out. This is what I would do. So let's see what happens. Okay, so let's see. Now we're looking at really good hooks in different industries. This means that a lot of these hooks, there's a really good chance that a lot of these hooks that are being used are not being used in the real estate space. So you can see, how can I integrate it? So let's look at it. Everything you knew about X is wrong. Where's this coming from though? Okay, real estate, yes. Stop scrolling if you want to, yes. Okay, but this is not what I want. Quick reference. Excuse me. Okay, I'm glad that this happened because ChatGPT is not perfect, so you have to go back and forth with it. Hey, ChatGPT, thank you very much for not listening to me. I asked you very specifically to get me hooks from the different industries that I mentioned, and all you gave me was real estate stuff. I do not want anything regarding to real estate. I want to understand the hooks that are in the different industries that I just mentioned to you. So please, even if it requires you to take your time, please get me those hooks. For each of the industries that I gave you, give me 5 hooks for each of them. Good. Okay, it remembered. Good. So we got travel, we got education, science, physics, great. All right, so let's look at this here. I made a huge mistake coming here. but not for the reason you think. Okay, this is the most underrated place on earth. Yeah, I've seen that. If you only travel for one thing in life, let it be this. I thought I knew what paradise looked like. Okay, these are actually really good, and I've seen some of them perform really well in the travel space. Education, you're learning this the wrong way. This one habit separates top students from everyone else. I tried learning X for... Yes, this does really well, actually. Schools never teach this before you learn. Okay, very good, very good. Science just looks up. So look at this. Right now, this is giving you a blue ocean. This is giving you totally separate from real estate and potentially totally different from the hooks that they're using in their own videos. And you can use this here. A great example. Now keep in mind, just because one hook, for example, this is the most underrated place on earth, you can clearly do that and say like, this is the most underrated apartment. This is the most underrated, or you can tweak it a bit of how this is the most overrated apartment. And let me tell you why. You can make it kind of funny. Like, if you like overrated things, you're going to like this overrated apartment. You know, you could do a lot of things like that. Now, with the, to keep in mind though, when it comes to this also includes A/B testing. And so what would happen is that if you say, this is the most underrated place on earth, let's say you're working with a business owner and they already create the content, or they are going to create the content, then the request that you would have to do is say, okay, what I would need you to do is, I know you have the bulk of the content, that's great. For the first 3 seconds, I need you to create like 10 different videos. They're only 3 seconds long, 5 seconds max, of saying different things in order for you to test each one. So now one video becomes like 10 videos for A/B testing purposes. And that will be one video saying, this is the most underrated place on earth. Why is this the most underrated place on earth? And things of that nature. And so this way, that business person doesn't have to spend so much time on creating the actual content, because once they create the content, the bulk, got 98% of the content actually done, and the first 3 seconds being rotated to test which one performs well. This is not just about creating hooks, but it's also the hooks with the A/B testing, which is how you're able to provide value. Now, let's actually look at some examples. I have TikTok up over here for real estate. So let's look at some.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the most common real estate client cliches. We'll wait for...
Okay, let's pause right there, because right now I don't really want you to watch the whole entire video. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to say right here, okay, this video is 2 minutes and 16 seconds. That intro was 4 seconds. Okay, so what I would do is, if you're going to a business, I mean, in order for this to work, you have to go to a business owner or content creator who wants to be able to scale their content. But the problem is that they're not having any views or very low views. So what I would say in this example, this video is getting quite a bit of views. So this is not a great example as for a piece of content that's not doing well. But if it weren't, this is what I would do. I would put this
1, 2,
here.
3, 4, 5 of the most common real estate client cliches. We'll wait
Pause.
for the market to get back.
Pause. So I would take that and say, okay, so that was one. And then I would provide the client 9 more additional viral hooks that you got from here that you're integrating with real estate in this example. And then all they have to do is create 10 separate 4-second videos. And maybe you can say, hey, look, I'll do all the editing for you as well. You could do like a whole package service as well. But the bulk of everything that they're doing has already been done. They're not redoing videos so many times. That's what makes it so much more compelling, because you're offering so much more value. All right. So now what I want to do, I want to give you another insight in terms of how do you find viral hooks, because I just gave you the strategy that you can use on ChatGPT. But the only thing with this is that you're just telling ChatGPT to go out there and search, which is fine because it got you a lot of good hooks here. But it is also important for you to also do your own homework and go out there and see what's doing well. So let's see here. Why can't I lose weight, for example? So I'm actually going to look at these videos with you, and I'll show you how I go through the process. Remember, the example would be trying to, well, I guess let's take out real estate. Let's say we're trying to help somebody explain physics in an easy to understand way. That is the goal. Okay, so the goal here, the potential client that you're helping is someone who creates content on physics and they want to make it fun. Okay, all right. So because of that, now the TikToks that I have here is why can I lose weight, renting an apartment and buying a home. Totally irrelevant, has nothing to do with physics, which is great because this is how we're going to source our information, not from ChatGPT exclusively, but by seeing exactly what's performing in real time. So let's look at this here.
Did you know that you can diet perfectly for weeks?
Let me let you know how I'm evaluating this. I'm using desktop right now, so you cannot see the view count here. You can only see the comments. So if there are videos that have high comments and high likes, then I will stop, especially high favorites. Then I would stop and say, okay, this is a good hook. Now, if there are some that don't have, let me just, this is great, like 4 comments. This is not a video that's like doing fantastic. So I would not use whatever he's saying as an example. So let me show you how I'll do this.
Did you know that you can diet perfectly for weeks and see 0 results on the scale?
Did you know that you can diet? Okay, so that's one. That one's doing well. Did you know that you could? Okay, good. What else?
Because you're
Christian, man, this is probably the biggest, most pervasive myth in dieting that I'm about.
This is a double because you have 2 things going on, and I don't know which one is stopping people. Is the text the one that's stopping people, reducing 500 calories, or is his speech?
This is probably the biggest, most pervasive myth.
I don't know. So what I would do is see. This is the one.
Probably the biggest, most pervasive.
He started with the. Okay, so listening. Okay, providing text that is number based. This is text only, and then voice would be like a myth busting hook. He said this is probably the biggest myth, the most pervasive myth. Yeah, probably the most pervasive myth. Okay.
If you keep struggling with belly fat, you need to fix it.
fuck me. If you're a man,
I've been cutting for 8 weeks and I still don't see progress.
Okay, cool. Like I've been doing X. Okay, yeah. I've been doing X for number. I've been doing X for number of just I've been doing X for a number of times, and he said he hasn't, and still no result, right? And still no result. So I'm providing both the actual like statement in addition to like the principle. I'm sorry, not the principle, but like an actual template that you can actually use, and then put it in when it's relevant to that specific client. Okay, so now let's see, we're in an apartment. Okay.
Good morning.
Oh, this one's okay.
Looking for an apartment in Tokyo close to the center with a view and pet friendly? You're lucky. This one is exactly
It's
what
2
I
a.m.
pay $4,000 a month for my apartment in New York. I heard we're doing rent.
Cool, yeah, people like that, right? I pay X for something per month, right? So that's one. It's doing well.
Transparent.
Do you speak English?
I'm surprised that one didn't do well. That was interesting. Just asking people random questions.
Hey.
Me and my boyfriend have.
There's no hook here. Okay. Okay, providing text, another numbers-based text, right? But providing providing text that providing text about the cost of something. Oh, this is actually really good. So 3,000 monthly rent for a peace of mind. So it would be expensive amount for peace of mind. Yeah, hold on. It will be an expensive amount for said result, or for an expensive amount for said result, or an expensive amount for something that you wouldn't really think that you would have to pay for. I think that requires an explanation. Hold on. So an expensive amount that you normally wouldn't want to pay for, such as $3,000 for the peace of mind. People don't normally think I'm going to pay for peace of mind. So when you have something that requires like an expensive price for something that people usually don't pay for, you could mix it together. For example, if you say $3,000 for a bottle of water, it's like people pay for water. People pay for water, but not to that extent. So kind of giving a shock factor would actually help. Okay, so don't be afraid to remember. I'm recording this to show you exactly how I would do it, not recording this to like make this seem like a really awesome video. This is like really going into the details. This is how I would do it here, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be utilizing this, and I'm going to be feeding this ChatGPT, because what we're going to do is that you're going to then create your own GPT, your own viral hook generator through GPT, so that when you're working with a client, it takes all the data that you put. Like, this is all data that I'm developing myself. I'm not developing that. I'm producing myself. I'm not having GPT do this. I'm actually going to videos. I'm seeing what's working. I'm putting it on here. I'm providing a description. I'm providing details, templates as well. Like, I don't want you to just say, "Do you know that you could?" That's why I'm saying stuff like I pay X for something per month, or I've been doing X for a number of times. I want ChatGPT to understand the pattern that I'm looking for, so that when I'm helping clients, I can use this generator to help me speed up the process. So I'm not doing this all the time. It's not going to be a very long process every time I help a client. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. Now, I think you pretty much got it, right? Let me do one more.
We use. Rule number 1 is to be debt free, which you are.
Okay, cool. It's like 3 rules, right? That started, and this has like a lot of comments. So 3 rules for something. Okay, so how about this? I'm going to stop here because I could keep on, but I think you pretty much understand what I'm talking about. So the next thing would be for you to create your own custom GPT. So let's do that. All right, so go to GPTs and create. Now you're here. You're actually going to create it. And there's a lot of stuff here, so I'm going to make myself a little smaller. Okay, so name your chat. I mean, really doesn't matter. Viral. Let's see. Not for YouTube, but viral hooks for short form content. ID description. Hold this chat. This is going to be able to create viral hooks for short form content regardless of its platform. It's not going to be specific to YouTube or TikTok. It's going to be for any type of short form platform in order to provide the highest ROI for the content creator. Okay, instructions. Ooh. All right, instructions. So now I'm going to take all of this on physics. Yep. I can also make it very specific. So like, let's say you only want to work with clients who teach anything related to science or physics, then you can actually put it here as part of the instructions or the description of this particular GPT is only going to be optimized for those within like anything related to science. You could do that. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to make it very general so that you can actually see how it is, and then you could customize it to your own. So I'm going to take this here. I'm going to expand, and I'm going to explain. Okay, so here's what I need you to do. Actually, let me pause. Because I want this. You want this. Your chat. You want your own GPT to be able to be very clear and to be as efficient and as accurate as possible. And because of that, you need the instructions to be very clear. And when you're giving a description, whether you are speaking like I am or whether you're speaking like I am or you're typing, it needs to be extremely clear. Right now, I'm just kind of speaking and letting things out from my head, and that's not the best way to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do it here. I'm going to provide the description here, and I'm going to have ChatGPT rephrase it in a very clear way, and then I'm going to take that clear version and then put it onto the instructions for my own custom GPT. Yeah. Hey, ChatGPT. So what I need you to do is I'm going to be speaking for quite a bit. I need you to be able to rephrase everything that I'm saying and make it extremely clear with clear instructions. If there's anything that I'm saying that you don't really understand, I need you to ask me for further clarification so I could provide that. So after this, ask me any follow-ups that you think are necessary for my instructions to be very clear. Okay, so the purpose of this ChatGPT is that you're supposed to go and you are a viral hook generator. I need you to look at hooks that follow very specific patterns. I don't want you to go and say, hey, look, there's this particular hook or this particular phrase that is trending, so use it. That's not going to work because next week it's not going to be trending anymore. I need you to give me specific phrases. And so what I've done, I've included in the bottom below here a number of viral hooks that I've seen do well in real estate, and fitness. It's fitness, right? Yeah, real estate and fitness. And so again, it really doesn't matter their industry, but these are the hooks that I got. So I need you to take these hooks, give me the specific patterns, give me the reasons why they also capture people's attention. What is the underlying that underlying hook, that underlying interest that gets people to stop from it, and then generate me a template. Because what I am going to do is that I'm going to go to you, and whether I'm working with a client who's in the entertainment space, the travel space, or any other space, I'm then going to go to you and I'm going to use you so that you can help me create actual viral hooks for them. Okay, so here they are. Okay, so I'm just letting it know my thoughts, and now I wanted to make it all clear because I'm also spitballing as well, but this is part of the process. Okay, rephrase instructions. You want to build a viral hook generator system inside ChatGPT. Yep, exactly. It goes to feed ChatGPT patterns, not specific hooks. Yep. Material. Yep. Wait. Let me look at this. Yes. This is good. Yes, this is good. Okay, now I need a few clarifying questions. All patterns to be Korchi based, meaning no trendy slang, all times be preferences. Okay, so let me answer some of these questions. For the first question, yes, that will be fine. 2, hidden information. Relevant question that makes you rethink common belief or fill in the blanks. So for number 2, what I want you to do is I want you to provide me with both options so that I can compare them. So so give me both. I'm not going to choose between one or the other. Number 3, should the final template be short form hooks only? Include short, medium hooks. I would say short form hooks only for number 3. Number 4, should the hook library categorize pattern and psychology? Absolutely. Number 5, for each pattern, do you want me to include examples from your provider hooks only? Also generate fresh examples. No, for number 5, don't provide the hooks I provided you only. Those are just some examples. Give me additional ones as well. As your long-term intention, you might give me the raw hook each time and extra patterns. So upload many hooks at once. So here's the thing. I'm going to be gradually, as I see more videos, this answers question number 6. As I see more videos, I'm going to be feeding you with more hooks each time so that you're growing. I don't want it that you're just automatically generating and you're finding stuff on your own, because there could be mistakes with that. So you could of course, take what I'm giving you and also give me some recommendations that give me things that are good, but at the same time, I am going to be manually including some hooks in that I need you to include, and I need you to also recognize those patterns. This is how you use ChatGPT. This is how you do it. Okay, let's see, because I don't want to stay here forever. You see, watch ChatGPT to become a viral hook pattern engine. Yes. Before I build the actual hook pattern, I need just 2 final clarifications. Do you want patterns numbered permanently when I generate example hooks? Do you want me to keep them industry agnostic? That doesn't really matter right now, because look, the thing is that, so now I'm speaking with the viewer now. You can also edit this. I'm not going to spend too much time here because we're already here, and I want to just show you how to actually do it. So I'm going to give this instructions from 1 to 6 and see what happens. All right, so I got all of that there with all of the instructions. Okay, good, and close. Okay, conversation starters. Leave that blank for now. And I will, cool. So let's test this out. Hey there. So right now I am creating, I have a task to create a number of really strategic viral hooks for a business person who wants to teach physics in a very fun way. And at the end of every other video, they want to have a call to action to their community that they want people to join, so that individuals could learn much more about physics in an interactive way rather than just watching videos. So I need you to be able to generate me 10 different viral, potentially 10 different viral hooks. Okay, so here's the important part. This is really important. Before you even send this through, you want to compare, because you do not want, if you said the same exact thing to just ChatGPT without even putting all of the information and it gives you the same exact answers, then it's like, what is the point of creating your own custom GPT? It doesn't make a sense. So what you want to do is you want to compare the answer based on the GPT that you created compared against the actual ChatGPT and compare the results. If the results from your custom GPT is good, then that means you know that you built something really well. If not, then that means you need to continuously iterate, and we're going to find out right now. Okay, so let's actually see how it is here with our own GPT and see how it is with just regular ChatGPT. Okay, let's see which hooks seem better. So the 10 viral hooks for a fun physics creator. If you've ever thought physics was boring, watch this for 3 seconds. This tiny experiment breaks a rule your teacher never told you about. You've been lied to about how gravity actually works. Okay, so we got those 3. Now let's compare that. ChatGPT 2. You've been lied to about gravity. Your coffee knows more physics than you do. If you understand this in 30 seconds, you'll never see this motion the same way again. If you ever thought about physics was boring, watch this for 3 seconds. Okay, I think that's a really strong one. This tiny experiment breaks a rule your teacher never told you about. Okay, brings curiosity. You've been lied to about how gravity actually works. More curiosity as well. You've been lied to about gravity. It's just a statement though. Your coffee knows more physics than you do. I don't know if it's trying to be funny or not. If you can understand this in 30 seconds, you'll never see motion the same. This is actually pretty good. Number 4, magnets shouldn't work, but they do. Here's why that freaks out physicists. If you drop a feather and a hammer on the moon, guess what happens? Curiosity, okay. What if I told you your Wi-Fi only works because of Einstein? Okay. Number 4 through 6. Most people mess this up. Can you spot the physics mistake? This looks impossible until you understand the physics behind it. If this trick doesn't change how you see motion forever, nothing will. Yeah, I'm seeing the difference. This one has more depth to the actual hook, and this is interesting. Like, if you drop a feather and a hammer on the moon, guess what happened? But like, also, like, do I care? This looks impossible. What looks impossible? So now you're telling me I have to not just listen to you or read the title. I have to see. This looks impossible. Most people mess this up. Mess what up? Can you spot the difference? Sure, let me play a little game here. Let me spot a difference. If this trick, so I do like the context behind it. Now let's see the rest. This one trick can bend time, seriously. Okay, why do I care though? This looks like art, but it's actually pure physics. Maybe I'll be interested in this one. The universe isn't made of stuff, it's made of rules. Let me go in mind with one simple question. Why does light always win? Why does light always win? Okay. 95, yeah, that's a strong one already. 95% of people get this question wrong. Are you in the 5%? Here's a physics principle hiding in plain sight. Bet you've never noticed it. This is interesting because here's the physics principle hiding in plain sight. Again, why would I care? But if it's bet you've never noticed it, I'll be like, bet. You know? So see, this everyday object obeys a law. This is nice because it's an everyday object. You never trust your intuition again after seeing this physics test. And maybe this one I wouldn't really care too much about. For the most part though, I'm really liking these because this has much more depth. So this shows me that what I created is actually something that provides a better response than me saying the same exact prompt but on just a regular ChatGPT without me putting all of those instructions. So this shows that the work that I actually did is actually giving me a higher return, because if I go and I create 10 separate videos, or if you go and you create the script for this person to create 10 separate videos with these with these hooks, they have a higher chance of actually making one of their videos go viral or get a lot of like engagement. And the beauty about this is, again, to do this only takes about 4 seconds. The business owner that you're working with, you can say, hey, look, and the reason why this is important too is because the business owner could say, can't I just go and I do this on ChatGPT? And you could say, go do it now. Especially if you're on a live call, go do it right now. And they go and they do it, and then you do it on your own ChatGPT, or you give them your custom ChatGPT, and they can see the difference. They'll say, oh snap, like you really created something. You're like, yeah, because I actually did the work. So with this here, you could tell them, look, I have these 10 viral hooks for you that I created. So what I need you to do is, I know you have a 2.5 minute video that you're actually creating. I just need you to create 10 videos that are 4 seconds each, just saying these different hooks, and that's it. And then if they say like, oh, but that's too many videos for me to edit, then if you want, you can say I can edit for you. Or if you just don't want to deal with editing, you can say, well, it's going to take you a little more time, but it's only a 4 second difference. All right. So that's exactly how you do it. And then you create it. And that's basically it. So the thing that I didn't get into was the type of clients. These are going to be the type of clients that you're going to get, but it's how do you get them when it comes to client acquisition? How do you make them listen to you, understand you, see that you actually bring value? That's a completely different topic. But right now, today is just showing you how to actually create these short form hooks. So now you have everything that you need, and you can actually provide this service to businesses and content creators in order to make money online using ChatGPT. And that's it. So keep in mind, you're likely not going to be a millionaire by doing this, but it is good to get an additional source of income. As you probably know, there's a lot of companies firing so many people because of AI, and people just don't, like workers don't know how to respond to this. And the best thing, especially going forward, is that you need to be able to have an additional income source so that when or if your job fires you, you're not just like, well, I just have to live on savings and become poor. You need to have an additional savings. Savings would be good too, but you need to have an additional income. And so that's what I'm doing now. Right now, I'm creating content. I'm a content creator. And by actually being a content creator first, I went and actually built a brand, like I said, a travel brand to 600,000 followers, 130 million views, create hundreds of viral videos. And I'm helping 9-to-5ers be able to create content and utilize AI tools to make money, to make an additional income. And if they're able to do it full time, fantastic. But this is not about, hey, let's go and quit your job. No. If you have a job, keep the job. But it's also good to have an additional income or several additional income streams that you're utilizing through content with AI. And so that's what I'll be able to do so that people can have more options and they're not just reliant on a company that can fire them next week just because of AI. So look, this video, there was a lot that I went through. But please don't waste time by saying, oh, great information, bye. You have to actually apply this. You have to actually do the work. So look, if you're interested and you want to be able to do this more and actually apply it, look at the link in my description, and we go over actually how to apply this with accountability and keep you on track, because this is a lot and you could get lost with this, especially if you're not really accustomed to content creation or especially the obtaining clients process, because you could probably get this done, right? I mean, this is going to take some time. You could probably get this done, but the obtaining clients, you need to be strategic about this. So look, if you're interested and you want to learn more, click on the link bio. And if you want to know more about how to be able to make money online with AI tools, then follow my content. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.